my God, what's that?
That suggests that this whole entire assembly is going to need to be replaced. This is damaged quite badly in here.
Could have been worse places to get stuck.
I'm a week behind schedule. Now this one's broken.
Casualties of camper trailers going up to Cut York.
We're going to hit the road today and we're going to start heading south, and we've got about 7 or 8 days to get down to Cooktown, which gives us then 7 days to get to Cairns, because we really want to spend some time in between Cooktown and Cairns, which is around the Daintree rainforest region and certainly one of the nicest places in Australia. So we don't want to compress that bit of time at all. We definitely want to have a good 7 days down there. So today we're going to head maybe 100-150k south and probably camp somewhere on the telegraph track again. Hopefully by a creek where we can have a nice swim. And the kids would be happy if we took the dog with us.
Yeah, there is that.
Before we go, we need to stop in and get some evidence that we made it to the tip.
I haven't got them really t-shirts from anywhere, but I thought Cape York is a pretty special spot really, isn't it?
Yeah. Occasionally you got to bite the bullet and get a few souvenirs.
Okay, is that what you're getting?
Yeah.
I think a stubby call is what I need.
I drove the telegraph train. I'll take this. Very appropriate. So we don't often do the souvenir thing, and it's probably just as well because we could never afford it, but it's nice to get something decent. They have some great stuff in there.
Yeah, they do.
Just across the road here is Lockerbie Station, which was established by the Jardine family over 100 years ago.
I don't know what you've been feeding him, but it's working. Yeah, it'll be big when he grows.
Phil and Kerry are creating a museum here, although it looks more like a little shop of horrors with all these artefacts. I think this python was a bit ambitious trying to eat a wallaby. That's a taipan head. Imagine how big the snake was. Here's a new addition to the museum outside.
It was right there. I've seen a big python the same way.
Yeah. Is that a slaty grey? What is it?
Yeah, that's what it is.
The snake's tried to eat the cane toad, which has poison glands behind its head, and it's ended up killing the snake. Not that they saved the cane toad though.
Frank Jardine leant the wheel against the old fig tree here, probably meaning to move it again one day. Yeah, but
It's just growing part of the tree.
yeah.
So in here.
Yeah.
See, Land Cruisers never die. They just need a walking stick in their older years.
Love a banana. Oh, Sarah, look.
Thank you.
No worries.
Look at that, look. She's coveting it. A banana.
You remember what those taste like now?
$10, yeah.
Next stop is Bamaga to pick up our new struts for our camper trailer. They should be there at the post office by
No,
now.
like part of the metal frame just snapped. So we limped our way into Musgrave. So that was a pretty eventful day that day, I tell you. It was like, let's go, go, go.
See, we've got our struts. We can fix our camper trailer now.
Pick up the boat.
About 5 k's out of Bamaga near Jackie Airport are the remains of this DC-3 plane from World War II.
Left Archerfield, Brisbane.
It's just been left here where it crashed.
At about 10:39 on the 4th of May 1945, and it was going to New Guinea. There were 6 people on board: a captain, a second pilot, a pilot under instruction, a radio operator, all Australian, and there were 2 passengers, both of which were from the USA.
After a bit of searching, we managed to find another wreck a couple of kilometres down the road.
Tail here.
I'm sure to see there are electric things inside there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, see there all the controls for the tail. See, this is the landing gear.
Yeah.
And these big arms here would have come down with the wheel, which would have been in between the bottom of the arms. That would have. This is upside down. It would have folded out, and the wheel would have been there, ready to land or take off.
These planes were made of aluminium, which is why they haven't rusted away to nothing in the last 60 odd years. There's hundreds of these old fuel drums lying in the bush around the airport. They would have been hidden from Japanese bombers during the war. You can still see the Department of Defence logo on them. It looks like we've picked up a hitchhiker. We're back on the dirt now and heading south. We're going to see if we can find a camp on Canal Creek on the old telegraph track. We came through here on the way up and pegged it for a good camp spot on the way down.
Canal Creek, which is just a little bit. We've come down the bypass road, and instead of continuing on down the bypass road, we've actually turned left onto the telegraph track. Gone up to the first creek crossing past Elliot Falls.
Let's get these new struts attached.
Got it on.
Around here like that.
Check out this old abandoned caravan. Let's see if anyone's home, shall we?
Hey, we could use this air conditioner in the camper trailer.
I don't think so.
Shall we go and see if they've got the kettle on?
Days. It's got a microwave in it.
How's this for a close call?
Horribly close to that tyre there. That much there, they would have got into the tyre.
I could see something big and black on the side of the road, and as I got closer I realised it was a wild pig. It doesn't take domestic pigs too many generations to end up as feral razorbacks like this one. He thinks we can't see him behind the grass. Well, there's still a few more cars heading up to the tip before the wet season. And here we are back at Musgrave.
Alright, so I'm really hopeful that one day it will come back to its beautiful clean thing that it used to be.
Now that's how I'd like to do the big lap next time, on 2 wheels. Maybe that's an idea for a sequel.
We're heading for home now, you know, we are literally moving south and that is in the right direction for home, but I mean we've got nearly 3 months to go on the trip, which, you know, is like the equivalent of some people's long service leave after 10 years, and you put it in perspective and you think, well, that's a really long time, but it feels like we're in the last stage of the trip now, and it's you know, I can almost see the finish line.
When you come into a town, you realise, like a town like this is a nice clean town. I mean, we haven't seen a nice clean town for a long time. You realise how incredibly filthy everything is.
Yeah.
You know, everything has just got this layer of dirt. Our chairs, you know, everything has this ingrained dirt. Yeah. And I've, you know, got quite relaxed with the kids as far as they get dirty, and I go, you know, it doesn't matter. But you look at all these other kids around here, and they're all like little pristine little princesses, and you think, oh, our kids look feral. So, yeah, you know, you've got to get switched back into that mode of, okay, yeah, this is what we used to do all the time, clean everything. And so that pencil shavings. I'd really like one of those little mini vacuums that you see on, like, you know, Danos Direct or something, you know, where they, you know, they say, buy one and you get another 4 thrown in, you know. One of those would be great. But there's just like 4 ton of sand. You've got a bit of a sandbank built up over here. So that's only like, the rest of it's actually you're standing on over here. Paper towel is disintegrating. Look at that. This is like a new car.
We've stopped at Cape Tribulation so that we can get out and explore the Daintree rainforest, which we've heard is really spectacular. I think we've managed to set up camp in the middle of a green ant colony. It's like Lawn Hill all over again.
Oh, they do the little feelers, I think. Oh, this one here, look, he's cleaning himself.
How's he cleaning himself?
Oh, look, no, it's on. Whoop, there's a fight.
So this is a special clip for the making of Expedition Australia's Big Lap, how it was all done, the secrets revealed. Tripod assistant Sarah, SLR assistant Savannah, coffee lady, camera crew.
When you look at nature, is when you see where inspiration for other things have come from.
Yeah.
Like stained glass windows, lace.
Yeah.
You know, you can see.
Scaffolding.
But you can see how it all, you know, where the ideas come from.
All along this road between Cape Tribulation and Daintree are signs warning drivers to watch out for cassowaries. It's a good thing because these ones just ran across the road in front of us. These are the heaviest birds in Australia and can be quite dangerous. Just imagine what they could do to you with those claws.
We have lovely teeth.
I've arranged to meet Neil Hewitt, who owns a piece of the Daintree called Cooper Creek Wilderness, and hopefully he's going to tell me some more about this amazing place.
This forest is considered to be the last remnant of the oldest surviving rainforest in the world. It's believed to be in the order of 135 million years old. It's the last fragment of a forest that once covered more than half the land surface of the planet, and all that remains is now less than 1/20% of the land surface of Australia. That remaining portion in our modern history has been pretty much removed in the coastal strip through agricultural impacts. But the Daintree River marks the end of the sugar belt, and it makes it an important part of Australia's ecological diversity because of that integrity. Animals like this Boyd's forest dragon are endemic to the rainforests of North Queensland. It means they're found nowhere else in the world. They have some really interesting adaptations. It's consistently colder than all other rainforest reptiles. They achieve that by deliberately avoiding direct sunlight. Just about every other reptile in the world would move into the sunlight to warm its body temperature up, but this one distinguishes itself by not doing that. And in adopting that behaviour, it robs the amethystine python, Australia's largest snake, of its capacity to detect the presence of the dragon through its sensitivity for temperature variation. Now, tragically, the Daintree rainforest was very important to the economy of North Queensland in particular post-depression, and trees like this would have probably $100,000 worth of timber in. And so the extraction of these rainforest giants brought such recovery that it was the champion of the day, and the bulk of the area that was designated as timber reserve was removed of these upper story giants. You take the giants down, sunlight comes in and wipes out the rarity in the understory, but in an era when there was no regard held for these nondescript understory plants. But something like this over here could be 100 years old. You know, it's a specialist understory plant that occupies that niche of 20% of light. And they have an incredible rarity. So we don't know how many plant species were brought to extinction through logging, but we do know that those areas that weren't logged make a profound contribution to global biodiversity through rarity.
Neil's passion for this forest really shines through. He's asked me to come back tonight to see the forest come to life after dark. Neil runs day and night walking tours through this forest, and they quite regularly come across the giant amethystine pythons, so I'm hoping we'll have some luck tonight. These birds are sleeping on a leaf to avoid becoming food for something else.
Papuan forest cricket. They're a burrowing cricket that can't fly, but they're very good jumpers. I think it's a really powerful bite.
Here's another Boyd's dragon, sound asleep.
Chameleon gecko. has an evolutionary history dating back some 200 million years. It has to be one of the most outstanding examples of the genius of evolution. That big fleshy tail is like a decoy in a sense. If a predator notices the gecko, it holds the tail aloft with its distinctive white tip that'll even wave it backwards and forwards. But if things become really ominous, the gecko can jettison the tail, and when it breaks free of the gecko, it goes into a violent flip-flopping action. And on the broken surface, an aperture opens and closes with each flexion from one side to the other, and it emits the sound of a juvenile rodent. So there's this bouncing, fleshy morsel with a distinctive tip and the sound of a rat, making sure that the owl, or whatever predator it is, focuses attention on that treasure, while the more important part of the gecko gets away and then regenerates its tail. And that takes about 6 months for it to fully regenerate.
These frogs are actually mating. That's the male on top. It seems that everywhere you look there's wildlife of some sort, but surprisingly no mosquitoes.
That's a wolf spider, one of the 118 described species of wolf spider found in Australia. In my 13 years of going out into this forest almost every night, no one has ever been bitten by a wolf spider, and there's a very large number of them. So it belongs to a family of rodents called mosaic-tailed rats.
Okay.
And they're native, and everyone who lives in the rainforest shares their home with these animals, whether they like it or not.
Yeah. And unfortunately there are plenty of these ugly cane toads around as well. We thought we'd spend a couple of days at Cape Tribulation, but we've ended up spending 5. We've certainly got in the habit of doing that, haven't we? So, time to keep on moving south.
What happened?
My tooth fell out.
Oh, look at that. Got it all wrapped up there for the tooth fairy. 1 down, 19 to go.
So you can't wait for them to get them, and then all of a sudden they can't wait to lose them. How is that?
Is that mine?
Is it?
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
And the cleaning crusade continues.
Is she bang any question around?
Look.
I wonder if that tooth fairy's been.
Oh. Wow.
I'll be in it.
What's the note say? Dearest Savannah, thank you for your first tooth. As this is your first tooth, you receive $5. $5.
$5?
Goodness me.
My word.
Cairns has this incredible free public swimming pool on the Esplanade called the Lagoon, which we spent the best part of the last couple of days cooling off in.
I'm a lion.
We also found this great water park called Muddies, which the kids love. We've decided to splurge and take the girls on the Skyrail cable car up to Kuranda in the McAllister Ranges behind Cairns.
Nice day. One child, one infant, 2 adults. One way.
The Skyrail starts down here on the plains, then goes up and over the hills, finishing at Kuranda. Alright, let's get the show on the road.
What did I need to make, Dad?
Oh, it's in case we fall off now.
Wow.
Oh, here we go.
Ready?
How good's the view from up here? That's Barron Falls down there. Kuranda is known as the village in the rainforest and has been attracting visitors for over 100 years. Originally people came just to see Barren Falls, but over time the local markets were developed and they now run 7 days a week and really are the main attraction.
Sit on that bit, and here's the lid. Hey, I think you think you...
Like that.
Do you remember where we saw these?
No.
Remember when we went to the fish farm at Cape Levy where they were growing clownfish, Nemo fish, remember?
Oh, yeah.
And they were polishing these. And they're called trocus shells. Beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. I've just found mine.
Well, we all know that anyway. What's your look in it?
Viagra rock. It's wild berry for wild men, or it makes men wild, one of the two. This is all handmade in the shop.
Right here.
I'll just stick those in there.
It's not every day you get to see a plane wreck in the main street. Or a giant lizard for that matter.
Wow, she's doing a very good job sitting still like that. Put that hat on there, shall we?
Ready?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
It's a breeze. Is Mum teasing you? That's a great smile you've got. Forget to draw the eyelashes. You ready?
Yeah.
Sure. Uh-oh. So far, so good. Whoops! Oh no! Big smile, Mum. Come on, say cheese. That's the way. You ready?
Suck up your double chin, honey.
Be nice.
That's my dad. That's dad.
Is it Dad? I think it is too. Hang on. There's some hairs there I don't want to miss out.
Yeah, make sure we get them all in.
Yeah, I am. Don't worry about it. You ready?
No.
Voila.
You're supposed to draw me. He's very talented, isn't he?
We came up on the cable car, but we're heading back to Cairns closer to the ground on the 37-kilometre long Kuranda Scenic Railway. The railway was constructed between 1882 and 1891 to provide passenger and freight services between Cairns and Kuranda. It includes 15 handmade tunnels and 37 bridges. It's a great way to relax and watch the world go by as we head back to Cairns. Well, after a very laid-back week in Cairns, it's time to keep heading south. We're heading down to Airlie Beach, which is the gateway to the Whitsunday Islands. And if we've timed it right, we should be able to make it in time for the Reef Festival. It seems that whichever way you look here, it's either sugarcane or bananas. I'm sure this turkey's been following us for the past month.
Set my hair off. So what colour is my hair?
Purple.
Purple.
I'm going to put the brown on it.
Okay, give me some brown on it. Okay.
Purple. Disgusting.
Well, it's been over 8 months since we saw any real rain, but tonight we're making up for it with a serious tropical downpour.
Here's our rain gauge from last night.
It's a few inches of rain.
Yeah, heaps. I reckon we had more rain last night than we've had the last year. that we've had anyway.
You can't come to Queensland without getting out to see the Great Barrier Reef. So while we're in Airlie Beach, we'll get on board a fantasy cruise and get out and see it close up. We're heading out to Hardy Reef, where Fantasy have a permanently moored platform called Reef World, which acts as a base to get out and explore the reef from. We're just stopping in at Hamilton Island to drop off and pick up passengers. This is where Jen and I came for our honeymoon quite a few years ago. It's definitely lifestyles of the rich and famous here. They have a kids club once we get out there, so we figured the girls will appreciate a break from us for a few hours. And here we are.
I'm off for a dive.
Okay.
We've been on the boat on the Reef World about 5 minutes and straight in the water. So got a little shorty wetsuit going. How's the look?
Yeah, I've got to get the girls out of the way because they're stunned in disbelief that their father's in a wetsuit. There you go. There you go.
So yeah.
Lunch is an all-you-can-eat buffet, which is handy because I'm starving.
How was it?
Really good. Exceptional.
The semi-submersible is a good way to see the reef up close without getting wet.
So the marine biologists have given corals names by what they look like.
Where is it?
The secret to these trips is to cram as much in as possible, so there's no time for laying in the sun with a good book. I'm going to take the girls down for a snorkel.
I want to check out your ensembles here. Hang on. Hey, Bob.
Savannah's still getting used to the idea that she can breathe through her snorkel.
Semi-submersible, right? That's pretty good, wasn't it? What else?
And I like the snorkeling where I got my snorkels on. And
You like getting all dressed up?
yeah.
And your stinger suit, your fins.
Yeah, and I like it when I went snorkeling with Daddy.
Daddy, that's pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, all good things must come to an end, and it's time to head back to Airlie Beach. Through a bit of luck and good timing, we've arrived in Airlie Beach for one of the biggest events on the calendar, the Fantasy Reef Festival. So we've got the market this morning, and then we've got festivities running into the night, so it should be a big day.
Give my left leg for a bit of something.
So Jen, what do you reckon the odds of finding Victoria Beckham in the market down here were, eh?
You know, I know, it was a bit of a struggle, wasn't it?
Who would have thought, eh?
She's right here. I want to know where David is.
This is a lagoon like the one at Cairns, and a great spot to cool off and whip up some lunch. Most people would grab a hamburger or some fish and chips, but we're not most people.
All fresh from the market today.
Yep.
Organic.
We've become pretty self-sufficient over the last year or so.
I like meat.
Oh yeah, it's good, isn't
I
it?
think steak.
It sure beats
I
takeaway.
like those steaks.
Yeah. There's a street parade on between 5 and 6. I think it's 10 to 5. And I think it's just like community groups and that sort of stuff, just putting on floats that are going up the street. Tomorrow's the last day of the festival, but tonight's like the big night.
Tickets.
For what?
Beer. Okay, well we've officially made it to Rockampton, which is our stopover between Airlie Beach and Brisbane, and we're going to leave the camper trailer where it is for the night because we want to get a real early start in the morning. We've got quite a long way to go tomorrow, so we're going to stay in this salubrious little trailer here. Look at that. Is that your bed there, Sarah?
Yeah. This is my bed.
You were sleeping down there?
Yeah.
Savannah's just patting her bed because it's so luxurious.
That one on your bed.
It's all relative, isn't it?
No, I was dusting it off.
Oh,
right. Yeah, sure.
Five avocados for $1.50.
Fantastic. So you realise it was this time almost 13 months ago to the day that we were racing down this very freeway on our way to pick up Nana from the airport.
That's right, we were.
And we were late. We had a little plan to the T. We gave ourselves like a month to get from Melbourne up to here, and at the very last minute there was a traffic jam on this freeway and we were about 15 minutes late.
That's right.
It was 13 months ago, can you believe that?
So we've officially lapped.
We've now officially lapped the country. We've been right around from here, so well, it's not the end of the trip, it's actually the point where we lead up to the point where we started. So this is it. We're a big lap. Started and finished right here.
Our friends Tundra and Lothar won't let us drive through the Gold Coast without stopping in for a visit, so we're going to stay with them for a couple of days before we continue on to Byron Bay.
Staying here with Lothar and Tundra, they're very, very good friends, and in their very beautiful house, which is a bit like staying in a resort compared to the way we've been living for some time now. Let's come and have a look at the girls. I've just found them in the room here.
TV in the room. And DVD player as well.
Look at that. How are we going to get you back into a camper trailer?
Daddy?
How's the bathroom?
The 5-star accommodation we've got going here. It's fantastic. I've even left some stuff in the shower. That's
Look at that. Wow.
yeah, that's such a luxury.
And there's our bed there. Makes our camper trailer look fairly basic.
It does, but you know, as much as I love the camper trailer, I'm settling back into this lifestyle pretty easily.
These guys are serious gym junkies. Lothar's a personal trainer and they have their own gym in their house, so we can't pass up the opportunity for a decent workout.
Well done. That's good.
Come on.
Come on, mate. Push it. I'll tell you what, you drink well for the first day.
I don't know if the razorback head on the wall is supposed to be some sort of motivational tactic, but it's working that way anyway.
I feel like nothing? Okay. Stop. I'll put the weight on.
Can you want one?
Yeah.
I don't want tuck shop arms. I'm having my kids in school with tuck shop arms.
No, sick.
Excellent.
Right, it's my turn now.
Excellent. Well done. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful, Marika.
Are you ready for the contest? When the boys start putting me to weight on, I think, is that a bird up there? Look at that! What's that over there?
Hey, Philly, sweetie.
Fantastic. It hurts. Alright, I've done the warm up. Time to get some serious weight on there.
Come on, Steve! Come on, Steve, you can do it! Steve!
Come on, you're doing it. Yes. Well done.
Now that we're all buff and fit from our workout, it's just a short drive down to Byron Bay, where we're going to catch up with some more friends and visit the easternmost point of the continent, which is the 5th of our extreme challenges and probably the easiest one to get to. This is a track through the bush from the campground we're staying in to Cape Byron, which is the most easterly point. You can practically drive straight to it, but we figured a walk through the bush would make it at least feel a bit challenging. Our friend Tara and her sons Morgan and Perry are leading the way.
Well, that's surprising. Is it?
What? That's surprising. Turkey leg.
He's still following us.
You can't walk around.
Here, hold it.
Sure.
How can't we walk around?
Because there's a big cliff in the way. When we get up there, you'll see why. Centre.
Well, we're definitely on the right track.
In here.
You're gonna go in the corner.
Oh, this is the corner, is it?
Yeah. Reach out.
Well, actually, I need to climb down that cliff there. And
Another one off the list. Check.
Champagne, actually. You had one?
did you bring any with you?
No, hang on. No.
Yeah, we made it.
Yay, you're clever.
I reckon that's a clap. Should we have a clap? I have to say, though, it's probably about the easiest of all of them so far. We could pretty much drive to about 200 metres away, but we
Well,
walked.
we didn't. We walked.
We walked.
Well, we walked a kilometre and a half or something.
A couple of k's.
K's maybe. Down east, north, west, and middle. So on to go. And the mission will be complete.
I'm a little bit nervous.
Holding the snake.
Well, it could be. And it probably is.
We've encountered a few snakes on the trip so far, but this one is right beside a busy walking track, so not where you'd expect to see one, that's for sure. Looks like a brown snake as well, which are extremely venomous.
Anyway, just walk slowly past.
He looks like a person looking at me. Hey, don't look at me.
I'm a parrot.
Don't even speak to me, snake. There is a snake.
Yeah, did you see it?
Proud of him.
After ticking the eastern point off our list, we're now making a beeline for the last of Australia's extremes, the southern point, which ironically is the closest to home in Victoria.
We're at the Darlington Beach Resort. It's where we stayed last year, and it's fantastic. Great for kids, great for anyone really.
And look at you, wow. Scrub up alright, do you?
Yeah, scrub up, thank you. Not bad.
The year in the bush hasn't
Hasn't detracted from being. No, I can, come together reasonably well. I want to highlight the belt loop thing here. Look at this skinny little waist we've got going on here. 2 belt holes he's gone up.
I started up here. I've added these two sort of these months in the bush of starvation and having to live off the land.
Berries and things.
Forage for bush tucker and
God, you can talk.
it's been a struggle. We're eating out tonight.
Yes.
Which is why we were dressed up.
You can't say you've driven around Australia unless you've also driven around Tasmania. It's mid-November now, and I'm planning to head over to Tassie in early December, which is only a few weeks away, so we need to keep moving.
It's a Tambo. Yeah, Tambo.
Jen's booking us on the boat to Tassie, so hopefully we'll be able to get the dates we want.
I'm sure we will. Thanks very much. Bye-bye. Oh, it took 34 minutes. That's right. So, it's a little bit less than what I originally worked it out at, but it's still
How much?
$1,573.
Yowza. Tassie better be good.
Well, I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it'll be great. Be worth it.
Fantastic.
means that we're going to be having a little baby arriving in about early August next year. And that line there means that there's a baby in Mummy's tummy.
And what does the brown line mean?
It means that the test is working. Oh. Well,
I want to take some.
it worked. Again.
It's all that practice, see?
Isn't it exciting? You're going to have a little baby brother or sister. You're going to have a baby. You're going to be the middle child.
And Sarah, are you excited about having a baby brother or sister?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm going to call her Charlie.
Yeah, that's your name too, is it? Do you think it'll be a boy or a girl?
A girl.
Yeah? So you think it's a girl and we should call her Charlie?
A girl, Charlie.
Boy or a girl?
I think it's a girl.
Yeah. And what's your tip for a name at this stage?
I could still give Stephanie a run, but I also like Sienna.
Yeah.
Sienna Jane sounds kind of nice. Girl or boy?
You know, it's funny because with the first two, I just knew they were going to be a girl. It was just like I had that certain feeling, but this time I don't. This time I'm thinking, no, I reckon it might be a boy this time.
While we get used to the idea of baby number 3 being on the way, we're heading down to Wilson's Promontory National Park, where I'll be putting on the pack and walking a 40-odd kilometre round trip to the southern tip of Australia. Now that we know Jen's pregnant, she's going to stay with the girls and I'll walk it by myself. This will be good training for what's coming next. After Wilson's prom, I'm going to drop off Jen and the girls in Melbourne, then take the car and the camper across to Tasmania on the ferry by myself and satisfy an urge I've had for at least 20 years, to walk the famous overland track, which will take me about 8 days. Jen and the girls will then come across on the boat as well, and we'll have about 3 weeks to explore Tassie before we need to catch the boat back to Melbourne. And now that we have a new passenger on board, it's a good thing we have lots of smooth roads in front of us.
Good. Turn the GPS on.
So that might walk us in, is it?
Yep.
So work her out?
Yes.
Be good for Mummy, won't you? I want her to tell me how good you were. When you're bigger, you can come too with me on a long walk like this, alright? You need to be about this big, I reckon. See you later. See ya. See ya. Okay, well here we go. Been looking forward to this walk for a long time. It's about 18 or 19 kilometres from the start of the track here, right down to the bottom of Australia, southernmost tip here at Wilson's Promontory. Looks like a fairly easy walk. They say it's easy to moderate, so it's not too hilly. Just a long stroll basically, and a bit much for the girls though. Looking forward to them being a bit bigger and being able to take them on these sort of walks. Bit of a climb getting up to the top of this hill here. I think the view's going to be worth it though. Getting glimpses of it through the trees here. So I stopped and had lunch back there at Roaring Meg, where I'm going to head back to for camping tonight, and now I'm just on the last stretch down to the South Point. It's about 3.7 k's.
There it is. That rocky headland out there is the southern tip. And I've made it, the southern tip of Australia and the last of our milestones, and almost a year to the day since I was standing on top of Mount Kosciuszko.
Central-most person in the entire country. Everything's fine. I'm sitting at the South Point all by myself.
That's our extreme challenge completed, but we still have a month to go in some of the most pristine wilderness in Australia, across the other side of Bass Strait in Tasmania.
Well, we're off. It's actually snowing.
Bad.
Shave. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
We're gonna put the scratches on here.
There you go.
Okay.
Like to flood the floor, otherwise we're in real trouble.
That's what it's about.
Don't get the claustrophobia unit. Yeah, I reckon the risk might be high. Day 3. It's been raining, and we are